Well, welcome, Sandy. I want to give you a wonderful, warm welcome to my weekly, really social live stream. I'm so pleased you're on. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, and I'm so pleased that you invited me to come here and talk to you and your listeners. And yeah, it's great.
Awesome. Well, now, Sandy, I'll give you just a brief little, I'll introduce briefly how you and I met, which was really recently, but then I'll let you give the snapshot, a little more in-depth snapshot about who you are. But Sandy, I met you at a South Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce event at a happy hour, actually. And we just started talking about nonprofits, and you mentioned that you had one up, and I loved the whole mission behind what you do. So, Sandy, take it away. Tell me more about you and what you told me about Lifespark Cancer Resources.
Well, so Lifespark, I'm the co-founder of Lifespark. We started back in 2002. I've been practicing Reiki and healing touch for almost 25 years.
Wow.
And I just know a whole lot of people that also practice these therapies. And we really were looking for a way to support cancer patients, because so many of us have loved ones and friends who've gone through cancer. We've seen how they suffer. And we know, I know, and all of us who practice these therapies know how much these therapies can help people. They just help them feel more peaceful, more calm, less pain, less fatigue. And so we started this organization at a nonprofit called QualLife Wellness Community. And then after that organization closed, we started our own nonprofit, Lifespark Cancer Resources. Nice. And so we have about 100 Reiki and healing touch practitioners that donate their time all across the metro area from Longmont to Colorado Springs. And it's just way cool. These people are so amazing. They are so heart-centered. They donate their time. Wow. They do this because of their deep compassion and care for people going through cancer. And most of them, like most of us, have friends, family who've gone through it. So we know how challenging it is, and we know how much these therapies can help. So that's why we do what we do.
That's amazing. I really do love that. I think I mentioned to you, and I'm sure you relate to this. There's no one that I know that has not been in some way touched by cancer. I know my father actually caught prostate cancer early, like they caught it early, and he was able to recover from that. But I think even since I met you at the chamber happy hour, I have heard of at least 2 other people that are in my circles that have been diagnosed with cancer and are having to undergo treatment. And do you have some personal history too? What's your experience as far as your personal life with cancer touching our lives?
Well, I am so grateful. I don't have any personal history with cancer. Maybe that makes it easier for me to work with so many people who do, but I have so many friends and colleagues. I've just seen so many of them, and oh my gosh, it's just, it's so difficult. And we all want to be able to do something. We do. We all want to be able to do something. This is what I can do. And this is what the people in our organization can do. And it's real, and it helps today. It helps people today, and it helps people tomorrow, and it helps people, with just getting through it.
Yes, exactly. Well, and I love what you said about wanting to do something. Maybe that is a good segue then to talk about what we are doing, what your whole summer campaign has been. What's going on with that? Do tell.
Well, so we have this campaign. It's called Cancer Smashing Summer. Awesome. And so we had for example, we had natural grocers donated some produce to us, and some people had various things that were getting old in the refrigerator, and so forth.
Yeah.
So we are smashing the heck out of cancer is what we're doing. So my husband has this great big enormous sledgehammer. It's so heavy I can hardly lift it, but so we had this sledgehammer. We had smaller hammers. We've used all kinds of things. We've used a bat. We've used. We had one person that ran over a cantaloupe with a truck.
Oh man!
In fact, one of our board members they're building a house up in the mountains, and they had a front end loader, and so they took the front end loader and they smashed this rotten cantaloupe.
That's awesome. So now I remember I was telling you, it reminded me of the scene from Office Space
Oh, yeah.
And I sent you the YouTube where
Right.
those three guys just take bats to this old copier that they've hated at their office forever. And I know I felt like that too. I mean, if I heard the mantra that the F cancer, hashtag too. But we all just do. We hear about people we know, or we go through it ourselves. But this is something that negatively touches so many people, and you do just want to kick the living crap out of it. And I love that you guys did a cancer smash. Some of you are like, oh, I'm going to smash something because I can't stand that this is part of our lives. And I think that's so great that you guys take it to that level to say, yes, we can donate and we can treat, and those are all very vital things, but sometimes you just want to release that and let it out, right?
Get it out. Get it out. Yeah, while you're getting it out, while you're doing that, help Lifespark, because in our campaign we're asking for $1 or more, of course more, but $1.
Right.
Every single dollar that is donated is matched. So I mean, your money is doubled, plus everybody first person who donates $100 each day gets a free massage at Elements Massage.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Elements Massage is a really important partner of ours. They donate space to us. There are 14 locations, 14 Elements locations around the Front Range, mostly Denver. And they give us free space for our sessions, which is absolutely amazing because their space is so beautiful and so relaxing. And, so our people go into their beautiful, quiet space, lovely music playing. And, then we give them then they receive this session, it's amazing. And so Elements is a really important partner of ours, and they're donating some free massages to help us raise money, to help us support this campaign. And of course, who wouldn't want a free massage?
Right. I think anybody who has a pulse, would be like, yes, I would love a free massage. Even my kids would be like, I've actually given them some little back rubs, like, oh my gosh, Mom, that feels so good. It's like, yes, young or old, we like the massages.
Right. And so why not, So the first person every day who donates $100 between now and the end of the month. So, hey, help us out. Yeah. And then the other thing is, if you don't have $100, you can donate $1, or you can take our videos. We have all these videos posted. You can take our videos and share them, get the word out, let people know, because one of the great things about sharing our videos is that a lot of people don't know that we have this service, and it would be so awesome if everybody knew about it.
Yeah, I'm actually posting the Facebook page in the sidebar right now, because Lifespark is on Facebook. And, one thing I wanted to issue out a challenge to anybody watching this here on Huzza or on Facebook Live. I know you and I had talked about a hashtag that would be great for this movement you're doing. And we posted it here in the sidebar, and it's in the Facebook Live post, but it's a hashtag Cancer Smash Summer. So this is a summer to smash cancer. And you do have some great videos of just people kind of taking it out on fruit and things like that, or getting in the big, front loader. I have a feeling that there are some creative types out there who are also really pissed off at cancer and would really love to make their own video and share it. And I know you and I had talked about movements such as the Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS and things like that, where people just went with it. They are like, yes, let me do this. I can get creative. It's something I can do to help and push this around. So my challenge to anyone watching this is, you know what? If you are ticked off at cancer and you have something you can smash, and again, you've set a great example with fruit and stuff. Everybody can just get a big watermelon. They're $5 at Costco. Go get it and then just go smash it. Or if you have something that's like old,
that's the best. That's the best,
right? Right. I'm like, my goal today is to find some, because the thing is, we've been remodeling our kitchen. I'm like, I know I can find something old out of that old kitchen. I can beat up. But that's my challenge for everybody is like, hey, go visit the Lifespark Facebook page. It's on the sidebar. But then go get your own video shot and just beat the crap out of something and share it with hashtag Cancer Smash Summer. And also, if you can, share the link to their site so that people can say, hey, I can also give $1. That's the whole thing. We can smash things up. But that only gets us so far. If they just go give $1 to Lifespark Cancer Resources, that can help people as well and help you guys do what you do, which is huge and really does, like you had mentioned, reach out to people who are in the throes of coping with their cancer and trying to get the treatment for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that you guys started that. When you told me about it, I'm like, that's awesome. Because I want to go beat something up right now,
We had one of our stars, one of our video stars is actually George Karl, the former Nuggets coach.
Yes.
He's back in Colorado, and he's a big supporter of complementary therapies. He's a 2-time cancer survivor. His son is a cancer survivor, and he really knows. Well, I mean, he's a coach. He knows the importance of the mental game. It's all about it's what we do. We help with the mental game, the emotional game. And so we have him. We have some video of him throwing a melon through a basketball hoop and watching it smash. And we also have him using a golf club to smash. He was smashing.
He's a big guy too, isn't he? I bet he could really.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we have him on tape doing that, and
that's so great.
We have some cancer survivors and just a lot of different people who just want to smash the heck out of cancer.
I think that's great. I'm so glad that seriously, it's a wonderful movement, and really you can do it each summer, right? I mean, this is something we could kind of keep going and be like, hey, it's hot. We're out here. Let's just go beat something up and do it and keep it going. Now, what I wanted to ask, I know I'm not terribly familiar with the kind of treatments that you provide for cancer patients. Can you talk a little bit more and familiarize us with those?
Yes, sure. So we offer wellness therapies. Reiki and healing touch. So a lot of people have heard of Reiki. Some people have heard of healing touch, but basically they're very gentle, hands-on therapies. A person lies on a massage table, fully clothed. We use a very gentle, light touch. It's very supportive and nurturing. A lot of people fall asleep during their session. People who practice meditation will understand this. It's what happens in a Reiki or healing touch session is very much like going into a deep state of meditation. It just brings your mind, brings your mind down, brings your emotions down. Where you're just like, kind of like that. And and what they do is they help the body come back into balance. So, we are so it's so easy to get out of balance. I mean, there's so many ways that, from everything around us to just all of the emotions and stress. And then you add cancer on top of that. And so basically what these therapies do is they help bring the body back into balance. And when the body's in balance, the body knows how to heal itself. Now, I'm not saying we're healing a person completely from cancer, but we're helping a person heal, helping a person come back to their own self-healing. And so that their immune system is at its strongest. There's the autoimmune system. There's the fight or flight. You all know about fight or flight, and unfortunately, many of us live in fight or flight most of the time, which is really bad for us. And so anytime meditation, yoga, massage, and the therapies that we do, Reiki and healing touch, they bring you down into a state of deep relaxation, which they call it rest and digest. That's the place where the body can heal itself. That's where healing occurs. If you're in a state of fight or flight all the time, it's much more difficult for your body to rally its own resources. So we're helping the body to be stronger so it can fight the cancer better. And of course, I mean, that's that one side, but then of course, why not be able to sleep at night? Why not be able to feel some peace and calm? Be able to feel a sense of hope. Because sometimes that can be hard when you're going through cancer.
Well, and so let's talk about that too. I mean, you do you're trying to reach that person where they are. They're in a huge amount of stress over obviously just the fact that they have cancer, but they're also looking at all these things. They're probably trying to maintain their lifestyle to some degree while dealing with it. Let me ask you this. Is there any charge to people who come to you guys for this treatment?
No, so our therapies are totally free.
That's amazing.
Totally free. I mean, one of the things we know is that I believe the average cost of going through cancer after insurance, it's
Mhm.
around $26,000. I mean, it's
Oh,
like a car. I mean,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
after insurance. And so, no, our therapies are completely free.
that's amazing.
And what we do is we offer weekly sessions, so it's 12 weeks. And then depending on availability and depending on if we have a waiting list or not, and depending on if a person is, in stage 4 or something, we will continue with them for an additional 12 weeks and sometimes even longer. So it's
Mhm.
every week, and yeah, it's just like, for a lot of people, it's like a lifeline.
I seriously, I can't say enough about how great that is because yes, so you really are. I mean, you're bringing someone saying, we get all the things that are going on with you. You are in a heightened amount of stress,
Mhm.
not just from the fact of the cancer, but also, I mean, gosh, everyone's probably looking at a huge price tag to even try to treat it.
Yeah.
And I know I've got friends on social media that we're running into that, like trying to come up with the ways, bring the community together to do that. But just to have this as an added, look, come in, let us treat you, help you relax, bring you back just to a state of peace as much as we can. That can be huge for someone going through such an upheaval in their life, which is just such an understatement of the year to say that cancer is an upheaval to your life. It's
Mhm.
huge. So
Yeah.
really, thank you so much, man, for bringing this to the community. And do you guys now? I know you're based here in Denver. Are you able to reach out beyond communities that are just around Denver, are you pretty much localized around the Colorado area?
We operate basically from Longmont to Colorado Springs, and we work out of 14 Elements massage locations. We also work with Denver Health Medical Center,
Nice,
and we also work with Memorial Hospital in Colorado Springs,
nice.
and we work out of a few churches. For example, up in Conifer. I mean, they don't have an Elements massage up there.
Yeah.
So we work out of a church in Conifer. We work out of churches in some of the places where we don't have a place like Elements.
Sure. That's great. Well, I love that you're versatile like that. And again, now you had mentioned Elements Massage kind of partners with you and donates
Uh-huh.
things. I do want to share the link about donating to and also giving, I think, to Lifespark Cancer Resources. Can you talk about the needs that you have, that ways that people can donate and give to your organization?
So there are a lot of ways people can donate. I mean, obviously, cash is king, as they say.
Right.
Cash is really what we need to operate, to make these therapies possible. The coordination, the screening, the follow up, the training of the providers. There's a lot that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
So donating is great. But you can also volunteer. We're always looking
Nice.
for, if you know people any of you out there
That's right.
practice Reiki or healing touch, call us. We have a training coming up in October. If you know people who practice Reiki and healing touch who would like to give back to their community, who would like to pay it forward, have them call us. If you're somebody who has a loved one and you just don't know how to help them, you can refer them to us, and you can donate to us so that we have more capacity to serve more people. So
Yeah.
donations allow us to be able to expand our reach and to be able to serve more people. And that is a way that, if you're feeling, I mean, how do I help this person? What do I do? This is something that you can do. It can help you feel more empowered.
And leading into that, Alfredo's one of our viewers. Thanks for watching, Alfredo. I appreciate that. And I saw you shared this on Facebook as well. He had a question. Do you work with the family members for them to cope with the treatment as well as the cancer patient? Because cancer isn't just touching that one person, it's touching their family. So can you talk about how you also maybe help the family members?
Well, Alfredo, thank you so much for asking. In fact, we do.
Yes.
We provide sessions to caregivers
Oh,
at no
nice.
cost. So yeah, when somebody's in our program, if they have a caregiver, generally it's a family member, but sometimes it's not a family member who's taking care of them. We will
Right.
also support them with these therapies, and that's free as well. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow. You guys, this just gets more amazing with every word you say. It's really wonderful.
And one thing I did not mention. So sometimes people are too sick to leave their home. And so we go to them, and in those cases, we go to them. I was matched with a woman who had a brain tumor, and she couldn't leave because she couldn't drive because of seizures. And so I worked with her for almost 6 months. I mean, she was my match in the program. So we do go into people's homes as well.
That's so great.
I wanted to mention one other thing in terms of how people can help us. So sometimes people don't have cash, but we also accept things like if you have an old car that's sitting out in your backyard that you want to get rid of, you can donate it to us and we will sell it at auction. We have a company that sells it. I mean, we have a partner. It's a perfect partner that sells it for us and gives us the cash. We are also able to accept property. And I know that's not real common, but sometimes if somebody has a property that, it still has a high mortgage, it's not paid off, you don't know what to do with it, you can we partner with a very large charity here in Denver that actually processes that for us, sells it for us.
Wow.
And then we get the proceeds so that, again, we can serve more people.
Wow. That's so great.
So that, there are no, and you can add us to your will, to your estate plan. There are a lot of ways. There are a lot of ways that are non-cash to support us.
That's so great. Well, as we're getting toward the end of our time together, I think you'd mentioned you do have a couple stories. I know you shared about the, treating the lady with the brain tumor in her home, that's amazing. Yeah. Do you mind sharing one or two stories just about your experiences there?
Absolutely. So we had a woman by the name of Amy who had a rare form of intestinal cancer, and she was told she was told that the treatment was so severe that if she made it through treatment, she was going to be great. But a lot of people couldn't handle the side effects and couldn't get through treatment. And so she laid awake nights worrying about her two children. She was a single mom, worrying about her two children. What would happen to her if she couldn't make it through treatment? So she learned about us in the chemo room one day. Somebody mentioned Lifespark, and she began receiving sessions, and she found several things. First of all, she found out that she felt a lot more peaceful and calm. She began to feel hopeful. She began to actually believe that it was going to be okay. That's the mind-body connection there. And so that made a huge difference. She started to be able to sleep first time. But then another thing that happened was that she had the treatment was so severe. I mean, every cancer has its different treatments, but hers was so severe that she could hardly get out of bed. She was just so exhausted. And she found that when she had Lifespark sessions, it gave her like 2 to 3 good days a week where she could get out of bed, take care of her family, do a little bit of work, earn a little bit of money, and then of course crash again for the rest of the but she scheduled her whole week around Lifespark sessions because they helped her so much with her fatigue. So
wow.
And so the good news is she did make it through treatment. She's doing great.
Awesome.
So that's the success story, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I also want to tell you about Tom. So Tom had throat cancer. He had a lot of anger. I mean, who wouldn't,
Right.
A lot of anger and he found that and a lot of pain. His throat was swollen up, his tongue was swollen up. I mean, when the rate he did like 35, 40 days of radiation and radiation. I mean, it's what's needed, but boy, is it tough. His tongue, his lips, he could hardly swallow, and he had a huge amount of pain. And so he found that our sessions, I think he might have received Healing Touch. We do both Reiki and Healing Touch. He found that those sessions helped him a lot with the pain. It didn't completely go away, but it dropped it down so it was bearable. And we also found that it really helped him with the anger, so that he wasn't as angry. And I mean, that was a blessing,
Yeah.
Also, just be able to accept the fact that okay, I have cancer, and okay, I'm in treatment, and okay, we're just gonna go with it, So So and of course, Tom is doing great now too. So
that's so great.
He's one of our supporters and great guy. And so there's a couple stories about how we help people.
I thank you for sharing those. And I think that's really where it comes down to. We can talk about all the things you guys do, but to hear, this is real life happening to people. I mean, I was almost tearing up with what I think you said, Amy, is the lady who has the 2 kids. I mean, that is done. I've just been sick, just normal sick, and trying to get up out of bed and I gotta push through because I've got two little people relying on me. But then you're talking, if you have cancer and you're going through treatment that is just knocking your body out, and you're still supposed to try to make that happen. But the fact that you were able to give her, I mean, 2 to 3 days a week where you're feeling okay, I got it. It's okay. Is huge. That's so huge because. I mean, who's to say you didn't help her make it through to where she was able to see the other side of that? I mean, just through giving her those days of the week, right?
Yeah.
And then and I love that you shared about Tom. I don't know. I get hangry. My husband hates being around me when I'm hungry, and then I get really angry, and so I just turn into this irrational person. But that's just hunger. That's not even like physical pain. And just talking about what you guys were able to accomplish for Tom to say, hey, let's just at least help you manage the pain where it's not debilitating. You're able to cope just through the treatment. So I think that's fantastic. And again, thank you for sharing these real life stories of people that are just like the ones around us, the ones that are touched by cancer, and the ways that we can help. So I have again, we're just wrapping this up on Facebook Live and Huzzah. And one last thing, Sandy, is there a good phone number, and what's your website that people can go to?
So our phone number is 303-425-5670. And I'm at the other end of that phone number.
Yes, you are. I called it this morning.
I'm the executive director, so I'm at the other end. And then the website is www.lifesparknow.org. That's our main website. People can sign up for treatment on that website. You can donate on that website. But then our Cancer Smashing Summer website is www.cancersmashingsummer.org.
Nice. And I'm going to do a video today. You can watch for it. I'll post it to your Facebook page with the hashtag. I'm going to do it because I can find something around here. And my kids will help me too. They'll be like, this is the best thing ever. But we're going to get it done. But Sandy, seriously, thank you so much. This has been so enlightening. It's wonderful to hear about a resource in our community that's available like this, and particularly at no cost to the cancer patients and their families. And again, for people who aren't living locally in Colorado, maybe Sandy could help you, give you some roadmap to get something like this started in your own community too. I bet you guys have some great game plan there, but I'm just glad you're here in Colorado helping our community. So Sandy, thank you so much again for being on today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And we'll go off air, guys, and make sure you share this stuff out. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with everybody. Let's get this the cancer. Let's kick the crap out of it and really fight back. So thank you for your time today, everyone. Have a great day.
All right.